starting to push back against Palantir, and you might want to strap in for the ride on this one because there's a lot to talk about. won the contract for 240 million, or rather, should I say 480 million, because it doubled in size during the process. 330 million for up until early 2027, and then the rest the next couple of years after that. And that is how Palantir got this enormous contract in the UK that they're currently sitting pretty on. How's it going? There has been lots of resistance from within the NHS to picking it up. There's lots of trusts that have been nervous about implementing the database. The pickup has been about half. The reports of positive benefits has been about half of those that have picked it up. And there has been huge resistance from the British Medical Association that basically have advised its practitioners to stay away from it and want to pull out entirely. As an individual citizen, you can't pull out your data from it. You don't have that right. It's bound in. But on the higher level, governance level, then you can. And one of the most resistant places, ironically, has been Greater Manchester, where Andy Burnham comes from. And what they have done is they have rejected Palantir outright. Greater Manchester have never used Palantir for anything. And furthermore, in terms of the data management system that Palantir's federated data platform is offering, Greater Manchester have just built it themselves in-house over a period of 6 years. And they seem very happy with it. So there are clear alternatives to Palantir, whether they be, build it yourself on the public level, or whether they be British contractors. And this is important because there's another consideration here. And if your jaw hits the floor on this one, I fully understand. It was found that Palantir contractors had access to individualized health records, i.e. identifiable health records of British citizens. Palantir contractors had access to that. Now, bear in mind that Palantir is an organization that is a spy tech company by origin, seeded by CIA venture capital, and is part of the US jurisdiction, so is under the Cloud Act of 2018, meaning that the US government can compel it to hand over any data that it has access to, including UK citizens' data, even if they're on servers on UK soil, Guatemalan soil, European soil, doesn't matter. If Palantir staff can see it, the US government can get it. And that is more than a red flag. That is a huge risk. Now, that isn't a Palantir breach of contract. That is how NHS England ran it. And they still have to explain that oversight. But the risk is obvious and the risk is huge. And this is why in last month, June 2026, you had the House of Lords Science Committee basically say, pull out of Palantir. Just do not have Palantir there with our data of our own citizens here. The risk is massive. You've got a massive risk of lock-in. You've got risks of ethics. You've got risks of accessibility of a foreign government to sensitive UK data. Their recommendation was pull out. Then further last month, another development happened, and that is the Sheffield Local Authority had a vote on whether they would instruct their NHS trusts in South Yorkshire to stay away from Palantir, don't integrate it into NHS systems. And that passed by 62 votes for banning Palantir effectively to 1 against, with I think it was 13 abstentions. Yeah, that was right. And so that means that, and that was really driven by campaigning. That was campaigning from local groups, the anti-Palantir local groups, that is now a big thing in the UK, plus legal campaigners, plus Palestine Solidarity Campaign and Amnesty and others that are worried about the ethics of Palantir, they all pile together and put that pressure on. So what you've got now with regard to the NHS is an overwhelming mood in the country and the NHS and amongst doctors that this is bad for the UK. You've got that coming from the House of Lords, you've got that coming from MPs, and now it looks like the PM, who actually comes from a patch that has resisted Palantir throughout and has built homegrown alternatives, so knows how to do it, is coming into number 10 and actually has the clear mechanisms whereby he can end this. And so that battle is going to get really heated up as Andy Burnham comes in until December. That battle is really going to heat up. It is super live now, because it is also not just the NHS. You also had Sadiq Khan block that 50 million contract for the Met Police to work with Palantir. You've also seen Palantir pick up other contracts associated with firearms databases in the UK. And importantly, they picked up, God, when was this? A year ago, a contract with our Ministry of Defence for, again, about $250 million to work with our intelligence systems. Now, as you may know from my last video, which was about Europe is rejecting Palantir, primarily from its intelligence services, there is a big European drive to get Palantir out, keep Palantir refused, and put instead European security and data handling companies, for reasons of the Cloud Act, for reasons of ethics, for reasons of fear of lock-in of any particular company. And so you might see that in the UK as well, because some MPs have been pushing back against it on those grounds, and the battle really is on. So that's all I can think of for the moment. It took me quite a while to memorize the timeline, as it were, and I may have missed bits, but that, I think, is a pretty comprehensive... no, there was one more thing I was going to say. How did they get that defense contract? And that was when Peter Mandelson came in as ambassador to the UK. He was also the founder of a company called Global Council, which became a lobbying organization as soon as Labour came to power. When Peter Mandelson became ambassador, he took Keir Starmer out to Washington. They had a meeting together off the books with the CEO of Palantir, Alex Karp, and then it was not many months later that Palantir was awarded a £250 million contract without competition to the to the Ministry of Defence in the UK. That is being called out as super dodgy, given that Peter Mandelson set up that meeting and his company was an official lobbyist for Palantir at the time of that meeting. I mean, what? So there is a lot of battle to be had here. Right, that'll do for now. I see this has just gone over 15 minutes, but please, if you don't subscribe to me on Substack or on Facebook via Scientists for EU Facebook, please do. If you're not following me, please follow me. I intend to do a lot more videos like this about geopolitics and the tech and AI aspects of geopolitics, which are becoming really integral to power dynamics around the world, and particularly in the West. So thank you very much. Please follow, subscribe, make nice comments, do all the good stuff.